Alrighty, it's time for me to do my daily early show. I'm doing shows at 3 and 7 o'clock, and if I've got anyone waiting to hear me, please chirp up. I can't do long shows because, in fact, my computer is not responding very well to the live streams and it's overheating, so instead of the usual hour to hour and a half or 2 hours that I usually provide for my friends, I will tell you that it could be just a half an hour, which I'm sorry for. I'm really terribly sorry about that. Don't have any viewers yet. If you pop in and say hi, if you pop in and you say hi, I appreciate that. It's 1 minute to showtime, and at this point I'm ready to start playing for you. There you go. Alrighty. Nice to see you, Harv. I have 2 concurrent viewers. That's really sweet. Whoever else is lurking there, drop in and say hi. And I'm just going to get started now so I can get this done before my computer overheats. You get a half an hour of music, very little chatter, and God bless you all for being here. My grandpa was a grifter, a gambler and a heel. He snuck around from town to town and he dealt a dirty deal. He went out in the wild world to steal what he could steal. You know he stole a fortune, but the money wasn't real. No, the money wasn't real. Funny how it was, you know now the money wasn't real. He set out as a bandit, he came back empty-handed. He should have been a rich man, but the money wasn't real. The Pharaoh was a miser and his story has been told. He had 10,000 workers build a pyramid to hold all his statues and his trappings and his caskets and his gold. You know he wanted to have everything, but all he got was old, 'cause none of it was real. Funny how it is, you know now none of it was real. His monument's so grand just got covered up by sand, and now he's just another mummy, man, 'cause none of it was real. A poor man buys a loaf of bread and he shares it and it's gone. A rich man wrecks his portion, yet his wealth keeps rolling on. And the good things that you've said and done, nothing you can pawn, 'cause when you're in the underclass, you're always overdrawn. Oh, the money isn't real. Funny how it is, you know now the money isn't real. You can follow all the rules made by idiots for fools, and you think you'll get your just reward, but you won't. You won't pick up a penny, oh, but you might spare a dime. A dollar buys a pretty meager way to waste your time. A C-note gets you groceries and a grand might buy a thrill. You might rake in a shitload and still not get your fill. I live in America, a country built on greed, and I suppose that's not a bad thing if you just take what you need. Good, it seems everyone's afflicted by a hunger to exceed. Why should one man have a billion when there's a million mouths to feed? 'Cause the money isn't real. Funny how it is, you know now the money isn't real. You can burn it, you can earn it, oh, but in the end you'll learn that it all amounts to nothing. Oh, the money isn't. Now I bought me some insurance in case I pass away. I've heard that could happen, and who am I to say? I might live forever, then they'd never have to pay. Shit, who would be the loser then if it all turned out that way? 'Cause the money isn't real. Funny how it is, you know now the money isn't real. You can spend it, you can lend it, but you'll find that in the end it all amounts to nothing. Yes, it's funny how it all amounts to nothing. So funny how it all amounts to nothing, 'cause the money isn't. The money isn't real, and as promised, not much chatter. Just want to get my set in before my computer overheats. And so just jump on to the next tune. That was from Salt for Silver. It was an original song, doing mostly originals. I'll do some folk tunes too, but I'm not doing any more covers because I've been told I cannot monetize my site if they catch me doing covers. So you just had to listen to my music and enjoy it. If you are here, say hi. That way I know who I'm playing for. Give me a clue what song to choose next. This is called Northbound Train. Riding on a northbound train, leave the South behind. Rolling through the blue-gray dawn, and I feel the past unwind. Hills and valleys, streets and alleys, little towns all in a row. People I may never meet, places I may never go. Sometimes I feel just like a gambler, gonna watch my fortunes break. Or just like some weary rambler, just wondering which fork to take. I got my backpack and my guitar, pocket change to pay my way. Bought myself a one-way fare, I'm going home, there I'll stay. Living up to what I said I'd do. Girl, you know I'm coming home to you. Play it, fingers. Play some changes while I'm rolling, looking for the words to sing. Take my rhythm from the train tracks, and I wonder what the muse will bring. Fellow travelers in this night car, asking me what songs I play. They sometimes strike a harmony as we pass them rattling miles away. Living up to what I said I'd do. Girl, you know I'm coming home to you. Giving up the games I tried to play, coming home to you, and there I'll stay. Riding on a northbound train, leave the South behind. Rolling through the blue-gray dawn, and I feel the past unwind. Ooh-hoo, 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 ooh. And the train slows, coming home. Coming home to you, and there I'll stay. Northbound Train to Harvey, and that goes out to you. Heartfelt thanks for your friendship. And whoever my other two people are, say hi if you have access to the chat, just so I know who I'm playing for. It's always nice. Got a half an hour of music until my computer seems to be holding up pretty well. Maybe I can milk more than a half an hour out of it, and trying to get my computer fixed. And unfortunately, I'm making all my living through the computer, so if I send it into the shop, I lose 7 days of work right there. So if anyone knows anything about how to clean the dust out of a fan setup in an iMac, which is to say how to open the damn thing up, because I don't know how that works, drop me a line here. You can find me at Facebook, message me there. If you want my email address, it's thatmanmahatma@gmail.com, which you can also see at the bottom of your screen. Any contributions to how to fix my computer without losing it for a week would be greatly appreciated. Blackbird sitting on a fence post, laughing like he knows some kind of joke. I fail to see what's so funny. My whole world just went up in smoke. Won't you let me in on the joke? Scarecrow dancing in a cornfield, dancing while the wind blows him around. Sometimes I feel like that scarecrow, watching over my dry patch of ground, while the wind just blows me around. There's a strange kind of music in the branches of the trees, like a song on a broken guitar. And those crows on a fence don't make any more sense than some crazy fools in a bar who sing a broke down honky-tonk waltz, a broke down honky-tonk waltz. Blackbird flies over to the scarecrow. It doesn't scare him a bit. It just sits on his shoulder to mock him, oh, and then laughs at his own senseless wit. That scarecrow doesn't scare him a bit. Blackbird, fly away from my shoulder. Blues, fly away from my heart. I've had your shadow upon me, oh, darling, since we've been apart. Oh, blues, fly away from my heart. There's a strange melody that hangs in the breeze, like Calliope gone out of tune. And those crows sing a song that's all busted and wrong by the cold light of the old crooked moon. They sing a broke down honky-tonk waltz, a broke down honky-tonk waltz, a broke down honky-tonk waltz. Hello, Sharon Wilson. Nice to see you. Nice to see you indeed. Half an hour of music. It's about, I still got plenty of time and the computer's not overheated yet, so I just keep on rolling. Looks like a set of original tunes. I might throw a traditional song into the mix at some point. No more covers. Can't monetize this site if I play covers. And at some point I'll share with you some funny things about that. This is a recent original tune. Our old Italian neighborhood has turned Chinese maybe for good. Water, water everywhere. The ghetto has been gentrified. The first folks have been pushed aside. Doesn't matter if it's fair. It's the same thing everywhere. The Indians who once lived here, they made their trade in hunting deer. Water, water everywhere. Now they made a bargain with the Dutch that really didn't leave them much, but the Dutchmen didn't care. It's the same thing everywhere. Now the hippies have all moved upstate. The hipsters came to take their place. Maybe the only difference is the hair. And the only music. And the little shops you could afford to shop in once, they now are boarded. The building owners, they don't care. It's the same thing everywhere. Well, the water just goes where it will. You know it always flows downhill. rivers running everywhere. And who are you and I, the kid? It just does what it always did. It just goes where it's meant to be, flowing till it finds the sea. Water, water everywhere. The music clubs have all shut down. Now New York is a rich man's town. Doesn't matter if it's fair. The only music that remains is while you're waiting for the trains, and you can tip them if you care. So much free music everywhere. But the money just goes where it must. It's all about the boom or bust. Buddy, have you got a dime to spare? Who are you and I, the kid? It settles for the lowest bid. The bottom line is where it goes. That's just the way the money flows. Doesn't matter if it's fair. Now in my new Chinese neighborhood, the people that I meet are good. It's the same thing everywhere. No matter where they come from, friend, they're only people in the end, and it's not their fault they had to settle there. People, people, people everywhere. People trying just to be everywhere like you and me, like water flowing to the sea, going where we're meant to be. Water, 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 water everywhere. Alrighty, moving right along, checking the temperature, the health of my computer. The drive is running just fine, and I'm halfway through my proposed half hour of music. Maybe I can get more than a half an hour out of it. I welcome my guests who are with me. I know two of you. There's a third one probably lurking without chat. Oh, how were you able to drop a chat in? Sharon, so glad to hear from you. This one goes out to Harvey. I know he likes this song. This is a song that the Central Park Sheiks featured on our album called Honeysuckle Rose, and it was what it is. There I stood on the street, a grown man at last, with a road at my feet. I turned my back to the past. It's a story of old. You've heard it before, I know it's been told. With the sun in my eyes, I went seeking the prize. My father, he told me I had best take some care, and he offered me money to help pay for my fare. It's a story of old. You've heard it before, I know it's been told. With the sun in my eyes, I went seeking the prize. It's a story of old. You've heard it before, I know it's been told. With the sun in my eyes, I went seeking the prize. Now the miles they are many, back to where I come from. And the prize, if there's any, is just a ticket back home. It's a story of old, you've heard it before, I know it's been told. With the sun in my eyes, I went seeking the prize. The Prize by Bert Lee and the Central Park Sheiks. And it's fun, it's great. Pardon me if I keep looking to the side here because I have to keep checking the health of my computer. It's holding up fine. If any of you, as I said earlier, know anything about the miracle of opening up an iMac, because I need to get in and clean out the dust. I don't want to lose it by sending it to the shop for a week because I've got 3 ongoing jobs in my computer right now. Can't afford to send it to the shop, so I want to open it and take the dust out of the fans, because that's the only thing that's wrong with this lovely iMac that serves me so well. What to do? I guess a change of keys is appropriate. Let's do a traditional song. This is the oldest song I know. It goes back to the 14th century, when I was a child. Bedlam boys, Bedlam boys, Bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live in the air, and they want no drink nor money. From the hag and hungry goblin that into rags would rend ye, spirits that stand by a naked man in the book of moons defend ye, that of your 5 sound senses you shall not be forsaken, or wander from yourselves with Tom abroad to beg your bacon. Oh, I do sing any food, any feeding, shelter, drink, or clothing. Come dame nor maid, be not afraid, poor Tom will endure nothing. Now the moon's my constant mistress, and the lonely owl my marrow. The flaming drake and the night crow make me music to my sorrow. I know more than Apollo, for oft while he lay sleeping, I see the stars at bloody wars and the wounded welkin weeping. I do sing any food, any feeding, shelter, drink, or clothing. Come dame nor maid, be not afraid, poor Tom will endure nothing. With a host of furious fancies, whereof I am commander, with a flaming spear and a horse of air, to the wilderness I wander. By a night of ghosts and shadows I summoned am to tourney, 10 leagues beyond the wide world's end, methinks it is no journey. Oh, I do sing any food, any feeding, shelter, drink, or clothing. Come dame nor maid, be not afraid, poor Tom will endure nothing. I will find my merry mad Magdalene, and I'll seek whate'er betides her, and I will love beneath of above the dirty earth that hides her. My staff has murdered giants, and my bag a long knife carries, for to cut mince pies from children's thighs with which to feed the fairies. Oh, now I do sing any food, any feeding, shelter, drink, or clothing. Come dame nor maid, be not afraid, poor Tom will endure nothing. Bedlam boys, Bedlam boys, Bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live in the air, and they want no drink nor money. 14th century tune taught to me by Samuel R. Delany, premier surviving science fiction writer of the 20th century, still writing his ass off, living in Philadelphia, and being an enduring presence in my heart, Samuel R. Delany. And what is the word? There's a word for what I am. I am callow. I have great love for my friends, and I appreciate those of you that come and listen to my shows. I don't have a lot, but you are the high-quality people that I need and wish to entertain. And this then is from my Salt for Silver album, and is part of the music that I was writing during the time that I was gestating my book series, Moments of the Stream. And this has to do with a character found in the first of those novels called Dead Man's Coat, Old Crane, the greedy prospector who comes to an unfortunate ending. Rattlesnake waits in the shadow of a rock. Field mouse hides from the eyes of a hawk. Cactus stands like a statue of a man. Him and me and my horse named Dan on a dusty road. Indian watching from a switchback ridge. Ghost riders running up a cloudy bridge. Twilight stealing in a corner of the sky. Riding along thinking by and by I'll put down my load. Give me sweet fresh water now. Give me a cool, cool breeze. Let me lay my head down in a grove of shady trees. I'd like a big white house with a pretty little wife inside, and a moonlight palomino I can ride. There's a ghost town down where the creek ran dry. Buzzards circle in the hard blue sky. Dusty old bar, empty bottles on the shelf. Piano in a corner that plays itself. It's a spooky sound. I hit my horse by an old fence rail. Fetched up water in a leaky pail. Gonna get out of this town before the daylight fails. I don't wanna stick around. Give me sweet fresh water now, and give me a cool, cool breeze. Let me lay my head down in a grove of shady trees. I'd like a big white house with a pretty little wife inside, and a moonlight palomino I can ride. Sneaking up on you. Jackrabbit runs from the scattering stones. Blackbird cries to rattle your bones. Cow skull laying by a watering hole. Don't drink there, you're gonna lose your soul in the burning sun. I left my home and I can't go back. Wildflower growing in a wagon wheel track. Dry wind coming down from the hills, looking for a place a waterfall spills when the day is done. Give me sweet fresh water now, and give me a cool, cool breeze. Let me lay my head down in a grove of shady trees. I'd like a big white house with a pretty little wife inside, and a moonlight palomino I can ride. Moonlight Palomino, and that's going out to all of you. Once again, checking the health of the fans in my computer. So far, so good. I may get more than a half an hour of music out of this today, which makes me happy. I can give you more of my tunes that you apparently enjoy because you keep coming back to hear them, and that makes me very, very happy. And sure, there you go. Another song from Salt for Silver. plastic bag blows down the street, gets tangled in a tree. Chances are another breeze will come and break it free and blow it down the alley through the back lots to the beach, where a child may try to catch it, but it sails right past her reach. It floats out on the ocean and it settles on the tide, and a passing whale may swallow it and it gets lodged inside. Run, Jenny, run, come look what's washed up on the sands. Come and see the gentle giant that's been slain by unknown hands. It's not your fault and it's not mine. It didn't happen by design. It makes us sad, it makes no sense. It was only unintended consequence. An old man has a cardboard shack in a weed-choked vacant lot. He's long since quit regretting all the things he hasn't got. He seeks no help from strangers and he lives as best he can. People say he's homeless, but I say he's just a man. He comes down to my street and lays a blanket on the ground, and he makes a meager livelihood from things that he has found. He might accept a quarter, he'll settle for a dime, till the police come and stop him. They say that that's a crime. It's not your fault and it's not mine. It didn't happen by design. It makes us sad, it makes no sense. It's only unintended consequence. Now the hills have caught on fire since the summer brought us drought. The rangers fight it day and night, oh, but they can't put it out. The people here are used to it, it happens every year. When a thing becomes familiar, we lose all sense of fear. The weather lady tells us that there's not much chance for rain. The scientists predicted this and the Christians all are praying. But as for me, I'll find a quiet hill to watch it from and practice my acceptance of the things that surely come. It's not my fault and it's not yours. Sometimes it's parched, sometimes it pours. There's no blame here to dispense. There's only unintended consequence. It's not their fault and it's not ours. We'll shift the blame to higher powers. Let's just say it was a long chain of events that led to unintended consequence. Unintended Consequence from Salt for Silver. And I'll be doing another show. If I'm cutting this show short in a few minutes, I'm still doing pretty good with the temperature of my computer, so that may not happen. But if you lose me and you're enjoying what you're hearing, I'm doing another show at 7 tonight, and I do them 3 at 7 on the weekends to make up for this current problem I'm having with my hardware. Nothing wrong with the software, everything is good in there. So that was Unintended Consequence, and let's toss in a fairly recent song into the mix here. In these days of trouble, child, Everyone has grown up wild, and sometimes I think there's nothing that can save us. We've turned our backs on one another, turned away from Earth, our mother, and squandered all the riches that she gave us. In every town and village, deep into the night, oh, in their beds the restless sleepers turning. Down along the waterways and on the city walls, the nightmen work to keep the watchfires burning. Little darling, don't you have no fear, don't you worry now, 'cause I'll be here, sure as the white dove that spreads her wings to rise to the light that the morning brings, as sure as the changing of the moon, darling, soon. Soon your tears be over, darling, soon. Soon your tears be over, darling. In this world of hate and war, it's hard to know just who you are, or if there's something greater you belong to. Is there someone who will take your hand and try to help you understand, or only someone you can sing your broken song to? Sailors on the ocean praying for the sight of land, oh, they look out to find the lighthouse angels sweeping. Babies in the cradle on the wings of lullaby, sweet sister, hold her safely in your keeping. Little darling, don't you have no fear, don't you worry now, 'cause I'll be here, just as sure as the white dove that spreads her wings to rise to the light that the morning brings, as sure as the changing of the moon, darling, soon. Soon your tears be over, darling, soon. Soon your tears be over. Soon your tears be over, darling. Soon your tears be over, darling, soon. Soon your tears be over. And I'm still doing fine, so I can jam a couple of more songs in here. I see I have another listener. If you're here and you have chat, say hi so I'll know who I'm playing for. That's always nice to know who I'm playing for. I'm gonna close this set. I'm not doing a full hour. I'm keeping an eye on the temperature of my computer because it's been overheating recently and it's starting to edge toward the yellow, which means that's when I cut out. So I'll finish right now with The Blue Hotel. Once again, a song by Bert Lee. That's me. I'm doing nothing but original and traditional songs because I can only monetize my site, apparently. If I've got a single cover, the whole thing doesn't even work for me. So original songs are what you get, and I hope you're enjoying them. And I will be back at 7 tonight, and 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. If you go on Facebook, or if you're on my list, check the links out there. And something amusing to end with. Bellhop, he don't jump to do the chores. The elevator man's getting drunk between the floors at the Blue Hotel. At the Blue Hotel. Bring along your aunt, meet me by the potted plant in the lobby of the Blue Hotel. The upstairs maid's got something going on the side. The house dick, he's been known to take a bribe at the Blue Hotel. Walking off the street, you'll find the service so discreet. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. When you step down and dine in our luxurious lounge, you'll get the finest meal that the house can scrounge. The chef is deaf, hear the waitress yell in the kitchen of the Blue Hotel. The house band plays an anonymous bop. They play Savoy and the Bunny Hop. Busboys in the back room dancing with a mop in the basement of the Blue Hotel. Ring that bell if you want to call the clerk. Knock on the desk if the bell don't work at the Blue Hotel. When you're stepping off the street, you'll find the service so discreet. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. Now the desk clerk's name is Grit Pipe Thin, and he checks you out as he checks you in. He writes your name with a pen on a chain. As he does this thing, you check out the terrain. You see Slippery Sylvester and his sinister maw hanging out in the shadows that lurk in the hall. The eyeballs are moving in a portrait on the wall in the foyer. And way up in the corner by the dusty curtain lining, there's a fat black spider dining. The picture isn't nice, there are poker playing mice behind the baseboards of the Blue Hotel. Ring that bell if you want to call the clerk. Knock on the desk if the bell don't work at the Blue Hotel. Stay there overnight, they are bound to treat us right. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. Walking off the street, you'll find the service so discreet. You're always welcome at the Blue Hotel. Don't steal the ashtrays. Alrighty. Checking the temperature. I'm still doing fine. If you're still here, say hi. I have time for one more song. For my computer is for change not massively overheating, and that's a welcoming sight. It means I can do longer shows for my listening people here. Well, the time can go so slowly in a barroom late at night, where the people move like ghosts through the smoky candlelight. And the band is playing something that's got distance, man, they're cool. In the shadows of a back room, some old boys are playing pool. And this blue light music's got me sinking into deep amnesia. And with that, I am now a yellow line on my computer which says, cutting that song short, thanking all of my viewers. Thank you for putting up with the fact that I don't do a full hour. I'm trying to keep my computer from overheating. If you've been here and you enjoyed the show, thank you. Thank you so much. You're just a wonderful bunch of people. If you missed the show, doing another one and cool the computer down, come back on at 7 tonight and at the same time. 3 o'clock tomorrow, 7 o'clock tomorrow. And bless you all. May you have joy in your life, and things are getting better. And that's what I honestly do. With all my heart believe things are getting better. And, got to give it a couple of minutes to end my stream, as they say. And see you later, alligators.